Call is being recorded.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Roz, your VP of Communications, and we are excited about what is happening, wherever it's happening, whoever it's happening for. Yes, it's Christmas time. It's almost here. We're days away, and we hope that you are planning and have plans, even if it's by yourself, because you can just be happy all by yourself. But this morning, here's what I want to share with you on this Thursday morning. I was woke up and I heard a song that was playing on my Siri, and it was talking about sewing. And when I heard that, I thought, that's it. That's it. We've got to understand the laws. I was taught this many, many years ago, the 12 laws of harvest. 12 laws of harvest. Now, some of you may have heard that before, and you may wonder, what in the world does it have to do with my business? Well, I'm going to prophetically decree something today that 2024 is going to be your year of harvest. Did you hear what I said? 2024 is going to be your year of harvest. But there are laws of harvest. There are 12 laws of harvest that many people teach about, and there are other laws of different things. But I want to touch on these 12 laws of harvest very, very quickly. Law number one, you must plant your seed. You can't have a harvest if you don't plant your seed. So you got to plant your vision. You got to plant our purpose, our videos, our calls, our Zooms. Every time you do a presentation, that's a seed. And you're planting it in somebody's life. Every time you do a bioscan, you're planting a seed. Every time you do a blood type testing, you're doing a seed. Every time you tell somebody and they find out what their blood type is, and now you tell them this is what you should eat and this is what might be toxic to your blood, you are planting a seed. So what are we? We're seed sowers, doing it everywhere. Number one. Number two, you must render your seed useless. Leave it and never dig it back up. You must render your seed useless. Leave it and never dig it back up. That's the second law of harvest. What am I saying? I'm saying we've got to share a Akana just because. Just because it needs to be shared, just because people are sick, just because people need healing, just because people need essential oils, just because people need to know about CBD and get rid of inflammation, just because. So that makes us not prejudge who needs it. Share it because everybody needs it. Even if you decide to focus on a certain market, you may be the millennial and you're focusing on the millennial, or maybe you're focusing on the baby boomers, or maybe you're focusing on those that have pain, or maybe you're focusing on those that need weight loss. Even if you focus on a certain market, then share it with everybody in that market. Get excited about giving, and you will soon receive. And don't regret. We got to stop regretting the time that we spend sharing because it wasn't received. Oh, I'm so sick of these folks. They just won't receive. Don't worry about that. Don't dig it back up. Leave it there. Even if a person doesn't receive, you've done your job to sow. Law number three, you must plant seed according to what you expect to harvest. If I was in church, I'd say if you give love, you get love back. If you give peace, you get peace back. Whatever you sow, that's what you will receive. So you need to sow. We need to sow what we expect to get. In other words, we should talk about products so we can get customers. We should talk about business so we can get distributors, business partners. We should talk about CBD and detoxing and essential oils and hair and everything that relates to our products to get customers who desire those products. We've got a wonderful hairline. You're talking to beauticians or people that are having hair loss and don't even know it. Can't wait to have the hair sculpt because you'll know what's going on in the root and everything that relates to those products. Now, everyone won't want everything. But if you don't show them, if you don't sow that information, you can't reach those customers. We got to talk about, we heard it just the other night, we got to talk about taxes and residual income and multiple streams of income and compensation plan and an online store and revenue shares to reach the people that are concerned about those things business related. Law number 4, your harvest size is established when your seed is sown. Your harvest size is established when your seed is sown. If you sow sparingly, you reap sparingly. That's what the scripture says. If you share a little bit, you get a little bit back. How often are you sharing a condom? It's a numbers game. How often have we heard that? And now we understand in the numbers game, we're doing it what? 5 marbles at a time. Looking for 2 at a time. Working with those 2 to get 2, to get 2, to get 2. That's because we want the harvest size. Number 5, law number 5, your seed must be planted in good ground. I am sorry to say that everyone is not good ground. Everybody we talk to is not good ground. And how do you know that? Until you talk to them. How do you know that until you share it? You do not. You cannot prejudge, oh, that is not going to be good ground. You don't know, because the very people you think is good ground is not, and the ones that you don't think, usually, sometimes it is. So, but just don't be disgruntled and get all out of service and out of, just all messed up because somebody didn't produce or act the way you thought they were going to act or respond the way you thought they were going to respond, because everybody's not good ground. So don't be disappointed when it doesn't produce from that particular person. That's not our job. Our job is not to make it produce. Our job is to share. Our job is to sow. Number 6. Law number 6, you must always wait a period of time before planting and harvesting. I decree that 2024 is your harvest season. But right now, as we close out the year, as you start the new year, you've got to sow. And while you're sowing, you got to be patient. There's that P word that nobody likes to hear about. Patience is a virtue and it's mandatory. Do I need to say that again? Patience is a virtue and it's mandatory. Number 7, law number 7, you must maintain your crops for proper harvest. You must maintain your crops for proper harvest. It's called the follow-up. According to Scott, 3 times. Hey, that released a bunch of us from being on folk over and over again. 3 times, God say 3 times, and he's moving on. But you got to maintain it. And you know what else you got to do to maintain it? You've got to give a person what they ask for. If you're talking to somebody and they ask you about the compensation plan, give them the compensation plan. If you're talking to somebody and they ask you about a certain product and what's in it, give them that information. Maintain your crops. Those are the people. Give them what they need for them to make quality decisions. Number 8, law number 8, you must always sow to your next harvest size, not to your previous size. Oh God, if we could just get past the past, get past the past. Yeah, it's in the past. It's what happened yesterday. It's what happened at the last meeting when nobody showed up. It's what happened when the last person didn't respond. Get over it. Get over it. Start focusing. We gotta focus on the next thing, the next rank you're going for. Well, you have to do more for the next level. You have to teach more to teach more. You have to teach the 2 to do 2 so that you can have the next harvest size, because it's all about, here we've been hearing it, we've heard it from our CSO forever, duplication. 2024 is the year we're going to what? Duplicate. We're going to be $1 billion big. How? Through duplication, not from you doing all the work, from me doing all the work. Oh, am I so guilty? We've got to duplicate, right? Number 9, law number 9. Your expense is always highest at harvest time. It's going to cost something. It may cost you something. Everything can't be free when it's time to harvest. I mean, if you ask the farmer, he spends a lot more during the harvest. When it's sowing time, he just spends money on seed. But when it's time to harvest, he's got to have equipment. He's got to have other laborers to help. So it costs more during harvest time. So if your money, look like you're spending so much, it's because it's harvest time. Put a smile on your face. It may cost something. Everything can't be free when it's time to harvest. So don't be afraid to invest in your business. Don't be afraid. Invest in your business. Do you have business cards? Do you have flyers? Do you have banners? Are you doing vending opportunities? It may cost something. Oh, don't spend all your money out the woozoos. You know, our CSO told us, even when we were doing the elevation experiences, you don't have to do a whole meal. Just do some carrots and some celery and some dip, you know, but you got to spend something. And then that expense is highest, but guess what? It's a tax write-off. Didn't we hear that the other night? It's a tax deduction, whatever you spend. Okay, number 10, law number 10, a part of your harvest is for sowing again as seed. A part of it. So you got to keep it going. Keep the process going. That's the duplication part. See, it's a part of your seed for the next time. Number 11, a part of your harvest is for you to keep. So I'm telling you, enjoy the process. During the holiday season, enjoy the process. Enjoy what you've already done. Enjoy the journey that you've been on. And then law number 12. Law number 12, your harvest is a miracle. Yes, it's a miracle. That's why we are in the hands of God, because we need God to breathe on our business. God is breathing on Akana. That is our prayer. That is our focus, because without him, we can do nothing. Without him, we will fail. Whatever your belief is, whoever your higher power is, you need that extra to make things happen. So Akana Nation, listen, have a wonderful day. Have an Akana kind of day. And as our CSO would say, push. Bye for now. Have a great day, everybody.